Hey y'all, this is the guidance and direction, clarity, whatever's coming through for those of you who chose the Tree of Life, Rainbow Chakra Pyramid, okay? This is really like screaming as above, so below. And also I see that you have firmly rooted yourself in a way where you cannot be shaken out of position or shooken out, however you want to say that. You cannot be swayed out of alignment with your true essence. You have been going through such a powerful journey of transformation, okay? A major rebirth, the biggest rebirth of your life. Okay, and something is very significant connected to this deep healing. This is healing through all the chakras. Just saying, every single chakra, you have been going through layers of healing. Also through like your emotional body, your mental body, the subconscious. So lots of childhood, inner child healing, but something very significant connected to the year of 2019. Something that occurred that began or was a catalyst for this healing to begin, for you to surrender to this process, occurred in 2019, and you are graduating from that initial starting point, okay? This was also a process of you dissolving money blocks, so poverty and lack mentality. Strong emphasis on the root chakra. So throughout this process, there was a lot of uncertainty. You weren't allowed to have certain answers or know certain things. You had to become comfortable and at peace in those moments of uncertainty. Learning to fully trust in where you currently are, and that eventually leading into a beautiful space. Somehow, some way, you let go of control throughout that process. That was a huge lesson for you. You let go of the who, what, when, why, and how. And you just surrendered to full trust in the knowing of what would eventually be the result of what you were going through. You didn't have to know the details of how it was going to happen. You simply just allowed yourself to go with the flow of the process, fully immersing yourself in it, okay? This is a powerful rebirth, okay? And you have been so patient while going through this process. And I want you to really be proud of yourself because you've reached such a beautiful space of mastery and maturity. And as I'm thinking of patience, I'm thinking of many different phases of the moon cycles, from new moon to full moon, ever since 2019. And this is the culmination where you're reaching that full integration. It's like all these different essences or energy centers linking together and integrating as one whole being. You are now whole. You are flowering and blooming so vibrantly. I know you're feeling the shift. So throughout this process, you had to rely on intuition over logic. And you really had to follow your guidance, which was channeled through your intuition. And you know, through this powerful transformation, you got to experience the creative energies that rise up as each awakening and transformation is occurring. Through each wave, creative energies were rising up within you. So you answered the call to begin participating in this process because you were ready for change. And you saying yes, you saying no to everything that would distract you or delay you from this rebirth, this transformation, this complete healing. You said no to that, and you said yes to movement forward, to taking the path less traveled, which was the exploration of your consciousness, right? In order to gain this deeper understanding, you had this deep pull to understand something so much bigger and greater than yourself in this world. And you knew intuitively that was going to be found within you somehow, some way. And you know, that required you to compromise in such a way where you had to go into a state of isolation, being with yourself in silence, so that you could clear the fog and lift the veils that were distorting perception. So you were in your own energies, being in your own energy, your own space, allowed you to pull off the blindfold and gain greater awareness of yourself. And because you were allowing yourself to face the darkest and most wounded aspects within you, being radically honest about all these different parts of you, you were putting an end to all the suppression you had been accustomed to your entire life. Literally every version of you that you could think of that has been through maybe not such great experiences, different personalities and aspects, like the inner child, your shadow self, your ego, your wounded self. I could go on and on. You face these aspects of yourself, no matter how difficult or bitter the truth of who you were or once were was, but you didn't reject those parts of you. You accepted those parts of you. You healed those parts, and you welcomed them home to love, and you integrated them in such a way where you are now whole. Your level of self-awareness is profound. Your mind, your body, and your spirit are in unison, all working together as a team. So like your sacred triangle is intact. Okay, so you knew you needed to go on this journey alone, on your separate journey, to understand something much greater and bigger than yourself, which led you to the realization that you are the one that is dreaming this dream. That is what you're perceiving and what you're experiencing is what you are projecting out with your consciousness through the lenses of your physical eyes. And through gaining that understanding, creativity was amping up and growing stronger and stronger and stronger. You began exploring and playing with that creativity in a way you never have before. Because, like I said, you let go of the control. You let go of attachment to outcomes and limiting yourself to just one way of something occurring, right? You let go of all those parts of the self that would sabotage, limit, or block you from being open to experiencing so much more, right? So what I'm trying to say here is you allowed yourself to strip yourself bare to a state of nothingness in order to heal the inner child in such a way where you step back into that state of innocence, that pure innocence, where, as a child, before a child is programmed by parents and the society, the schooling, etc., they believe that anything and everything is possible. And, the world ruins that for a child and causes them to begin shrinking and playing small. But you saw straight through that and you ripped that BS up off of you. You also gain this understanding that you step into your power by purifying your soul and releasing your emotional baggage. And also through your willingness to be coming from a space of personal integrity. Making choices based on what is in your highest best good and what is best for you. So once again, saying no to what is not for you, not good for you, and allowing yourself to say yes to what truly will serve you. And in this process, you understood that $18 out of 10 times, I don't know why I'm saying that, 18 out of 10 times, your dreams and wishes come true in between the lines. And inside the ordinary, right? So the ordinariness. Paying attention right here, right now to the little things. Seeing the magic all around you. Understanding that things that appear to be small are actually truly very big. Through experience, the simple little things, you gave yourself the chance to experience all the tiny miracles that are always coming in for you and existing around you. And also understanding that miracles make sense in the quiet, where nothing else clouds your thought process. That's why you went on this journey alone, in the stillness and the silence, isolating. You stopped looking far and wide outside of yourself for answers because you never found anything when you did that. So you knew that was not the way. So you began listening to your inner voice. As you said yes to the silence and experiencing fully where you were in the moment, paying close attention to what is near to you so you could recognize what is already present, right? That most people just overlook and take for granted. I just lost my train of thought. Anyways, let me try to pull that back in. So you were truly focusing on what's right here with you in the now moment. And that's when you began to truly see that the divine is in those tiny details. That dreams and wishes don't always arrive in these grand, miraculous, exciting, dramatic ways that most people expect, like some kind of scene from a movie. Oftentimes they're delivered to you in tiny little ways that are often overlooked and therefore missed out on because it is either not noticed or seen as insignificant because it appears to be small and not of importance. But you completely shifted your perception on that. And that is beautiful. The amount of trust you now have towards yourself and the divine is so beautiful. You have integrated your darkness and your light. You've integrated all of your chakras. Your subconscious and your conscious mind, both hemispheres of your brain are working in unison. And the beautiful thing about this is you're not in a state of ego about this or seeing yourself as higher than thou or knowing better than anyone else or comparing yourself to anyone or thinking you're above anyone. You see everyone else as something beautiful. You treat everyone the same. You see them the same as yourself. You're able to see that they are you. You are them. So now you're in the space where you're able to come back into society, into partnerships and friendships, because you've now allowed this purification, this rebirth, this transformation to reach completion. Therefore, you will not risk being thrown off track. And I want you to get so excited because so many reasons to celebrate are coming. Big celebrations are coming. Okay, you are about to be so rewarded for the commitment to build that powerful foundation of self and your authentic self. Okay, your inner foundation is solid. You are sovereign within yourself, and you have diligently and carefully crafted through your gift of being a visionary the life you desire to experience that is fulfilling. You've been working diligently towards this, and now it's coming to fruition. So congratulations.